Hey, so I know this is going to be a little bit awkward, but I decided to go back to the Vol'jian Empire series because I felt like I left a cliffhanger. And I don't really like cliffhangers in general. I will be focusing more on the character of Ji'jul and the second golden age of the Vol'jian Empire, including the second Chiss and Vol'jian War. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Take care. After the fall of Darth Krayt's Imperial Sith Empire, the Galactic Alliances of Free Planets made an alliance with the Vol'jian Empire after the war and became allies of the Vol'jians, even though the Vol'jians didn't join the galactic government. Because Ji'jul believed that the galactic government in the galaxy is always going to fail regardless, just like the old days of the Old Republic. In the unknown regions, both the Chiss and the Vol'jians grew in strength, but the Vol'jians grew in power thanks to Ji'jul's leadership. Many Vol'jians now are being volunteers in the military, and finally the war machine and the military culture that the Vol'jians once hold so dear has finally come. Technology has also begun to rise within the Vol'jian Empire, especially been growing ever since. Thanks to Ji'jul's leadership, he wanted to expand the land forces' military technology, including the fleets, including the assassin cult, the Shadowhand Knights of Zutar, where they too are from the military branch. These two are from the military branch, as previously mentioned before. He chose all the scientists from the Vol'jian Empire and the allied species to in the world of Aizen, where the new Jedi Order and the Knights of Zutar fought in that plan. Remember that in the past videos? Anyways, the Vol'jian Empire was growing in power with its technology, even though technology was dying down during this time in the later on years of the galaxy's history. But the Vol'jians wanted to keep their technology and everything going, since the unknown regions was rich with resources. Ji'jul was one of the greatest military commanders, like I mentioned in the past, and after Ji'jul's victory in the Great Galactic War with Darth Krayt's Imperial Sith Empire that made him famous, he had a life goal of ambition to turn the Vol'jians into the most powerful empire in the unknown regions, to expand their influence and grow. Even at this time, many Vol'jians were finally accepting the military and warrior culture that they once were, once again becoming the dominant power within the regions of the unknown. Their greatest assets in military technology and growth won over, including their ally species were growing in power with rich and money. Famous military Vol'jian commanders and supreme overlords and whatnot that Ji'jul chose were perfect. Unfortunately, pirate raids and warlords would try to attack the Vol'jian Empire, sensing that in the past the Vol'jian Empire was weak against these pirate raids, including many others. Unfortunately, that was not the same. However, in the past, the Vol'jian Empire grew and grew in the military once again. Ji'jul, though, had other plans in mind after he defeated the pirates and warlords, was to get the Vol'jian revenge on the Chiss. We know that the Chiss humiliated, in fact, the Vol'jians multiple times in wars, and killed thousands or even trillions of Vol'jians in the past due to their brutal actions. Ji'jul's lifelong goal was to study the Chiss, study their every movement, their every weakness, their every strength that they had, and finally, when the time came, he unleashed the full might of the Vol'jian Empire against the Chiss. The second Chiss and Vol'jian War finally began, and the Chiss and Vol'jian forces battled each other to a standstill. But, unlike in the past, the Vol'jians, with their new and better technology ever before, managed to defeat the Chiss in multiple battles, and sparing none of the Chiss at all. Period. Ji'jul ordered that all Vol'jians do not spare any Chiss from this conflict or any mercy. And the Chiss were losing this war badly. And finally, after the war was over, the Vol'jians finally got their revenge and forced the Chiss to submit to a treaty, where they became the puppet master manipulators in this treaty, undermining the Chiss and making the Chiss look weaker in the eyes of the unknown regions, in the eyes of their empire. So the Vol'jians, unopposed, became the new dominant masters of the unknown regions. The ssi-ruu would try to invade to the Vol'jian Empire, but they were quickly crushed, and they were too forced to sign a humiliating treaty with the Vol'jians. Ji'juls' brilliant military leadership and tactics against multiple forces at once proved victorious for the great, supreme overlord. And much like Thrawn and many great military commanders, he became unimposed. But this will be another story for another day, however. I hope you guys do enjoy this return of the series. Hit like and subscribe though, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a really great day.